If you've ever stood by the rural roads of East Africa and had a violent rumble, followed by a blur of green leaves, metal, and questionable mechanical noises, well, congratulations. You just witnessed a khat lorry in action. Forget Formula 1, forget Cybertrucks, and even forget monster trucks. These aren't vehicles. They are road legal beasts created in the fiery pits of necessity, fueled by desperation, cat leaves, and the raw willpower of men who believe that brakes are merely decorations. While most trucks are built for cargo, safety, and road sense, khat lorries were clearly designed by someone whose only engineering qualification is having once played with Hot Wheels. These trucks are to logistics what cheetahs are to the animal kingdom, except way louder, 10 times heavier, and 30 times more likely to give you a heart attack if you are overtaken by one. Let's get one thing straight. This is no ordinary transport vehicle. The khat lorry isn't so much driven as unleashed. With oversized tires, overworked engines, and oversized egos behind the wheels, this truck hit the highway like they are ready for Judgment Day. They don't move, they thunder. They don't cruise, they barrel through space and time. And once they pick up speed, they become unstoppable. Their motto? Speed is life. And if you are driving a smaller car, consider changing lines or changing countries. Because to these drivers, road rage doesn't exist. So if they ever scratch your car, just forget it, because you won't be able to catch them, because they move at lightning speed without even considering the size of their trucks. They overtake uphill, downhill, sideways, inside out. If a checkpoint is a net, then the khat lorries are eels soaked in butter. You know, cops see them and pretend they are hallucinating. Most officers wave them through out of fear or a strong bribe that has been paid in advance. There's even a rumor that once a khat truck got a police escort, not for protection, but because the police officer needed a lift. Others say that if you grease the wheels and the officer's hand early enough, traffic police will actually order other cars to move aside for you. Mechanically speaking, these trucks are Frankenstein monsters, built, broken, reinforced, and rebuilt with the love of blacksmiths and desperation of entrepreneurs. Suspension stiffer than your grandma's church shoes. Some have double gear systems, not because they need them, but because they can. You'll see bundles stacked together higher than the truck's cabin. In fact, from behind, it looks like a moving jungle, heading at full throttle into your rear view mirror. Sometimes, the cargo is so high, it seems to be defying physics. At any moment, You expect the entire thing to fall off like a slow avalanche, but it never does. These drivers have mastered the art of gravity denial. You might call it unsafe. No one pilots a khat lorry alone. There's always a co-pilot. A man who's part lookout, part financial analyst, part life coach, and a full-time bundle thrower. The driver has the calm of a monk, but the reflexes of a caffeinated cat. The co-driver chews non-stop, counts cash, negotiates bribe mid-movement, and occasionally opens the window to toss out a bundle at 130 kilometers per hour without even blinking. Their partnership is so synchronized. Nasa could learn a thing or two. You haven't lived until you've seen a 6-ton khat truck catch air. Now, let's be honest. These lorries are a public danger on wheels. They gaze by pedestrians, skim by border borders, and squeeze through markets like stunt cars in an action film. But somehow, they rarely crash. And when they do, they don't just crash. They explode into local news headlines, conspiracy theories, and cautionary tales told to children at night. Most of these drivers are also very careful not to cause accidents, because at the end of the day, they must feed their family and they must go home back to their families. So they are also very careful when it comes to endangering others. And that's why you never find any of these trucks on pedestrian walks. They are always on the main roads. They try as much as possible to not endanger the lives of, pedestrians and also other drivers on the road. Refrigerated trucks? That's for amateurs. These drivers know the only way to preserve freshness is by outrunning time itself. These machines are more than just vehicles. They are stories of hustle, of chaos, of East Africa's ingenuity and full throttle. They carry more than cargo. Anyway, if you liked the video, please like, share, and consider subscribing. We like making these videos about African cars and inventions in general. So please consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.